Hi, this is Bob Samuels, founder of TechConnectr. TechConnectr is a marketplace and campaign management platform of best-of-breed, account-based marketing lead gen solutions. We help marketers deliver highly targeted, quality leads for their sales teams. We've partnered with the B2B Marketing Exchange to bring you wisdom from leading account-based marketing thought leaders. To that end, I'm happy to introduce you to Andrew Gaffney, president of G3 Communications and host of the B2B Marketing Exchange. Both Andrew's website and the B2B Marketing Exchange event are terrific resources for B2B marketers. Andrew, it's always a pleasure to speak with you. How are you today?
Doing well, Bob. Thanks for doing this. Good to connect with you.
It's a pleasure. I always enjoy the B2BMX. It's one of the events I look forward to every year, and it's coming up now, and it sounds like it's going to be bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, it's expanded quite a bit, which we're excited about. The hotel is already at capacity, so we're finding some alternative venues for people, and our reg is way ahead of last year. So everything's pacing really well. Great speakers and content. We're excited about it.
Wonderful. And I think in my head it was maybe 700 people at one point, and I hear it's closer to 1,000 now attendees.
Yeah, I think we'll be over 1,000 this year. We're definitely pacing that way.
My goodness, because the thing I like about the event, I like the speakers and I also like the attendees. So it's a great combination of just a way to learn, directly or indirectly through the whole time, which is really wonderful.
Yeah, I think the feedback we've gotten, and we kind of take pride in it. Most of our attendees are the people that really get stuff done in their organization. They're real revenue marketers, and whether their title is content or ABM or demand gen. I think they're really active in how campaigns are putting together, paying attention to what's working. So people enjoy meeting with those kind of people, whether they're peers or solution providers, and it's still a small enough event that people enjoy the fact that they get one-on-one time with a lot of folks.
Yeah, and I like the fact that it's broken into tracks. My favorite is ABM, but it sounds like there's several tracks this year.
Yeah, we have 6 tracks, which we expanded to last year. Same tracks that we're doing. ABM has been one of our most popular since it's our 3rd year doing it. We have a demand gen track, very central to our publication. We have one on content to conversion. There's another one on digital strategy that we'd added last year. We have one on sales enablement, and then one on channel marketing as well. So we feel like it's most of the main topic areas for B2B that we have covered, and it really presents a good menu of options for our attendees. And most of them, there's some crossover. The demand gen crosses over with ABM and all of our fronts. Content is kind of central to all of them. So people tend to mix and match and put together a customized agenda across the tracks. But we've been really happy with it.
Yeah, I love the fact that even when it was content to conversion, I loved the fact that there were content people and the conversion people, if you will. And I'm more of a conversion people. Getting together in the same venue is really kind of cool.
Yeah, agreed.
So what's your experience with ABM, either as a practitioner or an advisor? What are some of the cool things you've either done or seen that people are implementing?
We've been publishing Demand Gen Report for over 10 years, and I've definitely seen ABM explode over the past 2 or 3 years. We started publishing over 2 years ago ABM in Action as a distinct publication to look at ABM. It's a little bit of a different approach that we take with that. We're really case study focused, given the name of it. When ABM started, it was a lot of solution providers were kind of rushing to hitch their wagon to it. Everybody was kind of saying they were in the ABM space. So we heard from our readers, our B2B marketers that we engage with, there was some confusion out there of I'm hearing so much about ABM. How do I sort through what's real, what's hype? So we really try with ABM in Action over the past 2 years to present as many use cases as we can of real B2B companies. There's different approaches to ABM, different levels, because some companies are really micro-focused on 50 accounts and go really deep on those. Others do it a wider approach but try to be much more targeted. But we've been really proud of the amount of case studies we've been able to present and different looks at different types of ABM. So I think in covering that as we do, we get a pretty good sense of what's required, what works well with ABM. I think my sense, we do it a bit on our own business, and we do it. We very much incorporate ABM into the event. We work with all of our sponsors to ask them to provide their ABM lists, and that helps us get a real centralized focus of who the companies that they want to be working with, who they'd like to engage at the event, and that way we get a really good fit with our audience. And I think that's what I've seen as central is really ABM is a lot about audience. So if you're a new company and you're looking to grow, it can really help you become much more defined in who's the right fit for you within that organization. Do you need to be talking to? Do you have the right intelligence on them, the right sort of contact information across channels? And then are you able to measure it? Are you able to provide more relevant contextual content to them, and are you able to be smarter about what that impact and engagement looks like?
Wonderful. So if it's okay with you, I'll include some links to ABM in action, so people
that'd be awesome.
can see some of these cases.
Yeah, I hope your listeners will find it valuable. We've got really great feedback about the case studies and content we produce there.
Outstanding. So, and I've talked to several of the presenters that are at the event. Do you have any? Who are some of the highlights in your mind as far as ABM applications that I think people will want to make sure they hit?
Yeah, we're really excited about the agenda and the speakers this year. I think we take a lot of pride, as I mentioned, in it being actionable, really focused. Obviously, it's all B2B centric, and with ABM, we're really trying to have a mix of thought leaders and practitioners. We've got some really great use case studies. We've got Imprivata is a company, a really unique company. They're one of the first companies to apply the new Serious Decisions demand unit waterfall with their ABM approach. They're working with a lot of leading solution providers and doing some really cutting edge stuff. So they have 3 of their team members. They're going to be speaking together. Their VP of marketing, their head of demand generation, and a marketing ops team member that have really spearheaded that effort. So really great takeaways from them that I expect. We have some other sessions. There's 2 complimentary sessions from Oracle that's going to present sort of there at a corporate level what they're doing with ABM, how they're approaching it, and then a couple of distinct use cases of how they're applying that in different verticals will be shared. And then we actually have a speaker from Google that's going to talk about how they're using ABM at a SMB level. So SMB is a bit, tends to be broader mix of audience there and a little harder to be targeted, but they've got a pretty unique approach, and so we're excited about those use cases. From a thought leadership standpoint, we really feel like we have a who's who. Matt Senator from Sirius is going to kick off the track, and I think Matt is really viewed as one of the thought leaders on sort of where the climate is with ABM. I think a lot of the sense that we're hearing and from thought leaders like Matt and others is that ABM has sort of hit a 2.0 timeline, that where it's not should I be doing it, it's sort of how I should be doing it, how do I get to sort of the next level with it. So I think Matt and a lot of other thought leaders and some of the folks that you've interviewed, like Peter Isaacson, are really tuned into so what that next level needs to look like, and can share some best practices as well as some really actionable tips. So Sangram from Flip My Funnel and Terminus is another speaker that we think is going to really present some of that great thought leadership about.
He's always good, yeah.
Yeah, about ABM 2.0.
And then there's,
so I think there's a really good mix of
some workshops too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's some good workshops on ABM as well. And then I think the other thing is ABM for us kind of bleeds into some of the other areas too. There's a couple of sessions within the sales enablement track. We have Autodesk is going to be presenting a really specific use case from them on how they're rolling out ABM and integrating their sales team. So I think it's just going to be really deep and good panel discussion that presents some great use cases as well. So I think there'll be a lot of options for people around ABM.
Yeah, I think so too. And it sounds like even the channel speakers will be speaking about how ABM is effective there too.
Yeah, I mean, some people have brought it up, and I think it's true. ABM is really permeating all types of B2B marketing. So, I wouldn't be surprised if ABM comes up in our content track a number of times. It'll come up in our demand gen track because it's really bleeding over there. So ABM will be central throughout, but I think we've just really proud we've gotten, I think, a who's who of thought leadership. We've got some of the best use case study speakers out there. So I'm confident that people that are trying to really get ABM going or get it to the next level are going to walk away with some great takeaways, things that they can apply when they get back.
I agree, and it's a nice mix of thought leaders and practitioners. It's fun to see both, which is great. So I'm looking forward to it. Is there anything else that I've forgotten to ask or I should ask? about the event?
I think some of the other, important things that we get back. Obviously, as you said, it's around 1,000 folks. It's still intimate enough that I think most people can go in if they have a couple of people that they definitely want to meet with. We try to make sure that those meetings get facilitated. There's chances to meet, scheduled time with the speakers. We have a B2BM experts bar that we set up where you can actually set up one-to-one time, and if it's ABM or if it's content, whatever your main area that you're trying to improve around, you can generally get time with a thought leader. So some of that's valuable. We're definitely up leveling, seeing the audience move, up. We've had director level a lot over the years. Like I mentioned, the people are really ground floor of getting things done, but we're getting more executives involved as well. We have a CMO program that we do on Monday. We started a CMO mentors program this year for the first time. That's getting a lot of great feedback where we're going to let directors, manager level attendees schedule time to meet with some of our CMOs that are there, pick their brains a little bit about what they think that gets to that C-suite level, what sort of they see in the day-to-day job. That came out of the CMO panel that we do every year. So some of the new components we added from past years that we're excited about.
Wonderful. I'm excited too. So, Andrew, appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you at the event, and I'm very excited. I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, Bob. We'll look forward to seeing you out there, and thanks for your support.
Thanks, Andrew. Cheers.
All right, talk to you soon.